Shalom, shalom, shalom. All praises to the Most High, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, in the name of his only begotten Son, Yahweh Shai, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus, a so-called black man. And how fitting to go into that in today's topic, in today's discussion. And let's get into it. And this reads on screen daily. Warner Brothers sets awards qualifying release for Judas and the Black Messiah. And how fitting that it's set to be released in February for the month of so-called Black history. Was that done just by coincidence, or was that done on purpose? I'll let you be the judge of that as we continue to go on throughout this discussion. The film will open in the U.S. in all available cinemas and launch simultaneously on a 30-day run on HBO Max, a controversial distribution model that will apply to all Warner Brothers release in 2021. Shaka King directed the story about FBI informant William O'Neill Stanfield, who I guess is supposed to be playing Judas, who infiltrates the Illinois Black Panther Party to keep tabs on its charismatic leader, Fred Hampton, who I suppose is supposed to be the Black Messiah. Let's see what else. As he becomes immersed in a complex world, O'Neill must choose whether to align with the forces of good or use any means necessary to accomplish his mission. Jesse Plemons plays O'Neill's handler, and Martin Sheen portrays FBI head J. Edgar Hoover. head J. Edgar Hoover. The cast includes Dominique Fishback, Ashton Sanders, Elgie Smith, Daryl Brett Gibson, Dominique Thorne, Miri Cheatham, Khalid Eberhardt, and Lil Ray Howery. So this is another one of Hollywood's psyops to get you so-called black people all riled up and give you a beacon of hope, just like they did with Black Panther by saying Judas and the Black Messiah, which is just a rendering or another story of Set and Horus. So it's not that you supposed to think, you just supposed to willingly take whatever they give you as, as a form or a tool or a symbol of black power when they say Judas and the Black Messiah. But that's not Judas and the Black Messiah in the Bible. They giving you the Egyptian story of Judas and the Black Messiah, which is set in Horus. So you got to be very, very cautious about what you read and what you watch and what you see if you don't know what you're seeing and watching, because they can easily mislead you into thinking something totally different. So this picture is actually the telling of Set and Horus, but they're trying to push it off as Judas and the Black Messiah, which they know a lot of us who are in the truth are using the word Black Messiah as a correction on Caesar Borgia. So they trying to see this is all strategic and tactical of them to give you a movie where you think it's something just, you can go see with your family or friends or whatever and have a good feeling about yourself. But in actuality, it's a psyop. It's to get you put more and more, it's to get you to be put off more and more to knowing the truth and to believe what they push and feed to you through the media. So this is just a retelling of Set and Horus, Judas and the Black Messiah. This is not the actual Black Messiah, which was a Hebrew Israelite from the tribe of Judah, but this is the Black Messiah who they worship and revere, Horus. because a lot of the similarities they run parallel. They try to compare Horus to Jesus, whose real name is Yahushai. But they try to compare the comparisons. And we're going to get some scriptures and we're going to let you know how you can differentiate between the two. Because this is a psyop right here, this movie right here. And if you just take it at face value, you're going to be indoctrinated into a lot of their philosophies and their ideologies and not even knowing it. So we're going to go get some scriptures and we're going to go from there. This is Psalms 83, and we're going to go down to verse 3, and it reads, "They have taken crafty counsel against thy people, and consulted against thy hidden ones." So when they come up with these movies and these catchy titles, they've taken great consideration of what the outcome could be like before they bring that out. And they just put it out in the media that, oh, it was a lot of controversy. No, they knew exactly what they was doing when they did this. They have said, "Come, and let us cut them off from being a nation, that the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance." Yeah, so let's give them Judas and the Black Messiah. Let's give them a movie where they can feel good about themselves and get them farther away from the truth that's being pushed out through the internet and pushed out on the streets, the highways and byways. Let's get them into the movie theaters and put this new movie into their head, because this is Black History Month. That movie we put out a couple of years ago may not be fresh in their head. Black Panther. We need another tune-up movie to keep them under our programming. So they have said, "Come, and let us cut them off from being a nation, that the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance. For they have consulted together with one consent. They are confederate against thee." So all of them have considered this. They have consulted together with one consent. Okay, let's put this movie out in the month of February, Black History Month. Everything going on, it's going to keep them even more dumbed down from finding out the truth, finding out who they are, finding out that all the answers are in the Bible. Let's use the name Judas and the Black Messiah, because they might be smart and know that the real Messiah, who we portray, wasn't white, that he was black. They might know that Jesus wasn't white, he was black. So let's be cunning and crafty and put Black Messiah. So you got to watch for the little subtle things they do. Because if you just take it at face value, you'll be satisfied and happy to see, oh, black, a Messiah, yes. But you got to be careful and be very, very meticulous and see what they're doing. Because if not, you're going to fall victim to that. So they have consulted together with one consent, that they are confederate against thee. That's right. So this is a psyop. This is a test to see just where they put us at. Just to see, how far we've came since the Black Panther. That's kind of funny how I just thought about it. The movie Black Panther, and then this is supposed to be about a party in the Black Panther in the month of February. See, you got to be you got to know what you're looking for. So like I said, Judas and the Black Messiah is actually about Set and Horus. So we're going to go into Matthew 24. Let me get that. And 22. And except those days should be shortened, there should no flesh be saved, but for the elect's sake, those days shall be shortened. Here's the point. Then, if any man shall say unto you, Lo, here is Christ, or there, believe it not. So we got a Black Messiah coming out in the movies in the month of February. Don't believe that. Let me read that again. Then if any man shall say unto you, Lo, here is Christ, Hamashiach, or there, believe it not. Don't believe that. For there shall arise false Christs, Judas and the Black Messiah, and false prophets, and shall shew great signs and wonders, and so much that if it were possible, they shall deceive the very elect. See? And that's just it. They're not going to deceive the very elect because we know their games. 2 Corinthians 2:11. We know how they operate. They don't operate in full truth. They'll give you something just enough to get you to believe. And that's all they want. So you don't come fully into the truth and believe what you're supposed to believe. Let's get that out of 2 Corinthians. 2 Corinthians 2:11. Lest Satan should get an advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his devices. So we're not ignorant to those devices that you use. Yeah, it sounds like a good screen name. Judas and the Black Messiah. Yeah, it sounds like, it's supposed to be an uplifting movie about black power taking over, showing how the Black Panther Party was and how this one man betrayed the charismatic leader, and if he didn't, we would have led our own self out of this. When it says no man shall buy or save you, that wasn't part of the plan. So we weren't gonna get out of this predicament that we in now until Yahushua comes back, a so-called black man. And I use the word so-called because there is no color black. There's different shades of brown if you want to go there. Just like if it was a white person, I say so-called white person because there is no white person. There's different shades or variations of red. So you got to know that. So understand where you at, man. You could take it for face value and just to go watch it to see a movie with your family or whatever, but understand what's really going on behind it. There's things that's being implemented. It's strategic. It's to keep you docile. They rather give you this than to give you the real truth to who you really are. Let's give them a movie to make them feel good inside about themselves. They gave you Black Panther. That was a couple of years ago. Now they're giving you this, Judas and the Black Messiah. Don't fall for it. And with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and close out with the scripture I like to go to in 1 Timothy chapter 5 and verse 1 Timothy. Oh, sorry about that. 1 Peter's chapter 5 and verse 8. Be sober, be vigilant, because your adversary the devil, as a roaring lion, walketh about, seeking whom he may devour. So if you're willing to fall prey into victim to him, he gonna surely devour you. And don't think twice about it. So know what you're looking at, know what you're watching. If you do watch it and you decide to watch it, know that there's a 100% chance that there's a secret agenda behind it. And that is to keep you farther and farther away from realizing who you are. And that is the chosen people. So let me read that again. 1 Peter chapter 5, verse 8. Be sober, be vigilant, because your adversary the devil, as a roaring lion, walketh about, seeking whom he may devour. And he don't have no remorse at all. So if you go out there watching this movie and you get farther and farther away, hey, he did his job. So that's my take on Judas and the Black Messiah. And with that being said, Shalom.